Alrighty, so I'm going to demonstrate what I have been working on so you can see it. This is the loose packing demo for you. Let's just take a look around. We look at the executable. We see the usual stuff that packs. You'll notice that there's 4 of them altogether. This is the default. This is for default map 1 and map 2 when it builds the application. So again, my main project is over here, and when I go to rebuild it, I'm going to build it into, obviously, Moodpack exe. Forget Keeper, that's just by messing around from previous fun stuff. But again, in Moosepack Demo, you see the project. I'm going to bring that over so you can see what that looks like briefly. Let me see if I can find everything here. Let's see here. Let me bring the project over. Okay. This is, you'll actually see the result of the last build that I did. And you will notice that what it did, let me see if I can find it. You see where it built the pack files right there, the details of each pack file that was built. So that's pretty straightforward. Let's actually see what I did in the project itself. Let me see here. Content browser. I'll just show you briefly what this looked like. I'll go into maps. I did the third person map here. This is this one. And I gotta move that over real quick so you can see it. That's gonna be a pack chunk 100, you know, that you saw in the name. Let me close that down. And then I went into the starter content to find some other maps. And I made the minimal map be 110. This is the one, by the way, that I'm going to make disappear from the executable. You know, that would normally get sent down by Steam or something like that. And I'm just going to do that by manually deleting it. Let me just show you the other one, just so you have a complete picture. And this is 120. I haven't got hard-coded code in here yet for 120. I haven't told you. I was going to hard-code it just to make sure that it all worked. So I'm going to close that. At this point, this is compiled. This has been broken into packs. It will execute. I'm going to take a look again at my directory. And if you look at my executable directory, you will see that in here I have all of my packs. So I'm going to run it. One of the things this does is anything in this packs directory is auto-loaded. So we'll auto-load these. So is it a problem if we reload one of these that might already be loaded? It's not wasteful. We shouldn't do it. But I will prove that it won't break anything. Let me just do that. I'm going to go into the executable. I'm going to run it. It's going to take me a second to try to get that window over here. I'm hoping I can. I'm opening the wrong screen. But just give me a sec. See if I can do this. Oh. Alright, the demo's not gonna open in the right screen. But what it's doing is it did load by default. And basically told me that all 4 demo pack chunks were mounted. It said that it mounted the pack chunk. It completed the download from the S3. Again, wasted because it was already there, right? So I'm gonna stop real quick just so you can't see the other screen, unfortunately. But I'll do another demo later where you can see it. Hold on. Awkward. There we go. Alright, so now what I'm going to do I'm going to show you that this really did do something behind the scene. Because right now, you have to take my word for it that it did it. So I'm going to go into here. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to go into packs. And I'm going to delete this. I'm going to completely delete it. Gone. All right. It can't auto mount it now. Now, what it's going to do when it first starts the program is it's going to auto mount this, this, and this. That gets listed, by the way, by this application. Then it's going to go find pack chunk 1110 off the S3, download it, put it in here, and mount it. And then it say go through a list and show all of the um, mounted packs. And that's what it does when you execute it. So all I didn't recompile, I didn't change any code. I just deleted the executable, which would, those packs wouldn't be there. I'm gonna go and here, execute this. I'm gonna start the program. You'll again have to trust me that it's running. I'll try to get a gift copy of this so you can see that later. And it's running. It says that it have 3 packs mounted, 0, 100, 120. It says completed the file download, did the pack download, and now it's mounted. Okay, so it's there. I'm going to close this and oh, I gotta do this right. And we should go into here and see pack check 110 is there. Now, if I were to execute this again, it will, of course, because I hard coded it, try to download it. But if I were to look and see if pack chunk 110 were there, it would be necessary for me to download it because it's already there. That's essentially it. That's kind of it in a nut roll. Let me just really quickly show you the blueprint, just so you have an idea what that looks like. I'm gonna close this and let me find it. I threw it in level just because I was being lazy. All right. I remember what I told you what this does. Let me just zoom in. This basically begin play. It lists all of the mounted packs. Basically, for each one, it lists it. In the first case, when I deleted it listed 3. And that was 0, 100, 120. And then, okay, after it's done that, I'm saying I want you to mount this from our S3. And you're going to use the pack directory, which I specified here. Oh crap, I'm going to move that over. What you see is basically the location where the pack demo goes. Just bring it over. You can see where in the executable the pack files are. And then a file name. Again, we would be nice and clever and have mapping and databases that would tell us where all this stuff is and which map goes with which. And this is the file that it's going to download. So this is just basically put together to say this is where it's going to go in my project from here on the S3. And I already tested this to see if it was showing me the intermittent build download. It is. Once it has completed the download, I say completed. Did it. Everything's all good. And then I would tell it to mount the pack file that was created. Okay. And of course, one of the things you want to do here is, just in case we grab some strange file that is not a pack file, we want to make sure that it passes that test. So if it does, then we're going to mount this same pack file, which, by the way, happens to form a complete name of the pack file. We mount it, and then I say the pack file was mounted, and then I run this same loop again. And what this loop does, now it lists out 4 pack files that are all there. So that's where I'm at. I'll do a GIF of what shows up on the screen later so you can see that. Because unfortunately it was grabbing a whole other monitor. I couldn't move it over. But this will be zipped up so you have it for use. and you can at least see the scripts that are involved. And this is fundamentally what we need um, to get all of our packs downloaded off of the S3. They're all mounted for public access. You said you wanted it easy. Not that we should keep it that way. I mean, we're going to have to do a little more to get this download to happen when we have security on it. Okay? I think you probably understand that. This is long enough. It's just proof of concept. You've seen it. It works. And I'm going to stop right there.